We're truthfully living in a clown world, a double standard for people like me who think like me are the ones that are getting the most persecution. However, we're allowing a lot of things to slide. Well, today we're going to talk about just that. We're going to talk a little bit about the immigration bill that just passed. We're also going to talk about the double standard with persecution and prosecution from the attorneys general, trying to quote unquote have justice, but ultimately what they're doing is targeting you. Let's jump into it. Today's video starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you're new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We love when you give us thumbs up. We also love when you comment because it helps us, again, grow as a community, to get more wiser, to get more of a common sense approach to the everyday life that we live in with our families. Now let's jump into the content for today. Why do I think it's a clown world? Why do we see such a double standard? Let's jump into it. I'm gonna bring up two stories that just happened that has a right-leaning side and a left-leaning side, and then you tell me how I'm wrong on this facet. So let's talk first about what happened at the Capitol in January in 2020. Everybody knows the date, everybody knows the situation. Guys walked through the Capitol. Now, I'm not talking about the ones who may have caused problems. I'm talking about the ones who walked in the Capitol, one who put feet on the desk, one who just were toured around. Most of those guys got 5 to 10 years and some even more for being a part of that in prison. They got bad treatment while they were in jail, while they were awaiting their hearing. They were overly persecuted. It was a bait and switch. It was literally a complete and utter clown show. And what it was a target on conservatives. Now, let's jump to the other side. That was in our Capitol. They said you breached the Capitol. Now, we're not going to talk about the fires and all the city buildings that were destroyed during the riots. We're not talking about that. That's also a double standard. No one got any trouble for that. But just this week, they said, and again, I'm keeping this PG, the guy who made a video with another man in Senate chambers, in the Capitol building, literally on the desk with no clothes on, made a video, not supposed to be there, had no permission to be there, and filmed something they shouldn't have filmed. Went all over the news. Guy got fired, of course, but guess what? He's not going to jail for it. He's not going to prison for it. They're going to drop charges. So we have people on one side who walked through the Capitol and now are facing 10 years. We have a guy who put his feet on the desk of Nancy Pelosi, and man, that was like, life sentence almost. And then we have another guy, a staffer of a senator, who was doing a just unbelievable, unbelievable event and thing on where they have these hearings that get us nowhere, to be honest with you. But two guys not supposed to be there, filming something they shouldn't be filming, and get nothing done for them. The difference? Conservatives versus liberals. Now to the second story. The target for sure is on conservatives. Listen to this. A double standard. Pro-life activist gets 11 years in prison for protesting the abortion clinic. Now, the thing is, these guys were just sitting inside. Some of them were sitting out at the door singing a hymn. And because of them being at this clinic, and because it was, of course, tied to liberal events, these people who did nothing, who caused no problems other than singing and trying to influence people to not abort their child, they get a decade or more in prison. Federal agents came to their house, like gunned up, ready to go, to take these people into captivity, to take these people away from their families, as if they were some terrorist. And all they did was go sing hymns in front of abortion clinic. Now, how many times have you seen theft and thievery in the cities? They're closing down Walgreens, CVS's, Walmarts, all these stores all over the cities because of all the theft and thievery and busting down the doors, destroying business. No persecution. It's happening in California, literally daily. Nothing's being done to those people. But these people singing a Christian hymn in front of a clinic gets basically swatted at their house and legitimately gets taken in handcuffs and now is looking at a decade in prison. Unbelievable. That's a double standard, and that's the persecution of the church, people. Be ready for that. Conservatives, be ready for it. So we see the double standard there. Did you hear about Michael Cassidy? The veteran who, actually, I think he's from Mississippi. He literally toppled the satanic statue or whatever it was in the Iowa courthouse or the Iowa State House. Now, why are we allowing this in our place? This is what I struggle when people say freedom of religion. Well, not all religion is good. And to be honest with you, what we as Christians have is not what is comparable to all these other religions like Satanism. Come on, it's not even a religion. But this guy is now being docked as a hate crime. How many times have we seen murders from all these illegal immigrants and nothing's done to them other than maybe a slap on the wrist? They'll give them something and let them walk away. It's happened time and time again. Now, we talked about the double standard. That's the double standard. Now let's talk about the clown world. We have this bill that's now the Immigration Border Bill. That's what they call it. It's amazing what they call these bills because they're exact opposite of what they are. Don't be blinded by this. Schumer's fisting to open the door where they're going to vote on this weekend. Now, no Republican but maybe Lankford and maybe one or two other guys have seen it. Mike Lee came out, which is a Republican from Utah. Not my biggest, I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but again, he stands on a lot of moral grounds that I like. He came out and said, we don't even know what's in the bill. How can we vote on something and give us a weekend? Let's open the door so we can look at it a little bit more. Well, guess what? The Democrats are saying, oh my gosh, they're not wanting to pass the border bill. So therefore, they're the ones causing the issues. Well, if you look at the bill, guess what? McConnell was against Lee in this. He said, we don't need time to read the bill. We need to go with it. You know why? Because billions and billions and billions of dollars is going to Ukraine in the immigration border bill. There's not a lot of immigration border issues that's getting solved other than, really amnesty and the fact that Ukraine's getting funded. Don't let these people lie to you. Did you know they voted in the Congress on the House of Representatives side? 75% of Democrats was okay. They voted against the bill that made it where they can deport illegal immigrants who take away from Social Security and who fraudulently take government money. So 75% of the Democrats are saying we want them to stay in the country still, even though they're taking your retirements, they're taking your health care, they're taking the money that was taxed on you that you had to pay in. They're able to take it. Only the Republicans and 25% of the Democrats said we've got to deport them. So the ones that are committing crimes, even the Democrats are saying we want them here. You know why? Because again, the clown world situation, like I told you yesterday about the fact that the more people that are in these areas, the more representation they have, the more the Congress will grow. The more the Congress grows, it grows in a Democratic left-leaning way. Therefore, they set policy for the future forever. So the clown world we live in, we're not getting represented. The conservatives and the Christians are not getting represented in Congress and in the Senate. It's sad to say they would rather work on the borders of Ukraine, the borders of Gaza, the borders of Guyana, the borders of Taiwan, versus working on the border of America. If you didn't watch the video yesterday about what I think about the border and the things that we're missing, and this is why, I think this is why they're not targeting the border like they should, because they're targeting you instead, and there's bigger hopes for letting all these people in. Go back and watch that video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. My goal is not to give you bad information. The whole point of what we talk about, though, is to see we have conservatives and pro-lifers, the ones that are trying to do good things, getting persecuted against and prosecuted, literally getting thrown in jail. Is that a free country? All the while, the left is burning down cities, allowing your border to be open, spending all your money in Ukraine and things that you didn't want to pay for. Do you get $9,000 a month from the government? I don't think you do. But you know what? In Chicago, that's exactly what they're giving every illegal immigrant family. $9,000 of your taxpayer dollars. People are struggling in America and they're getting basically $9,000. That's $100,000 a year. Over six figures of your taxpayer dollars are being just funneled to these people who are illegally breaking the law and being here. All the while, we're arresting those pro-lifers and allowing the FBI to go in and get them for singing Just As I Am at a clinic. It's unbelievable. It's a double standard in a clown world. Guys, let me know your thoughts. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.